Okay, so I'm talking about process quite a bit, right? I'm talking about the steps that we're going to follow. Let's talk about the why behind a process. So, a lot of times when we're putting these steps in place, right, when we're doing things inside a dealership, the end goal is to create transparency and to create trust, right? You got to think about it like this. When you leave the dealership and you go to a business, right, whether even if it's just something simple, right, like you're buying a sandwich or you're going to Costco to buy things, what do you buy, right? You go to stores or you go to places with a reputation, you go to stores and places that have trust, right? Trust is the key to everything. If a customer can feel comfortable and trust you in the process of purchasing a vehicle, it makes everything much, much smoother, much easier, right? Not just for them, but for you as well. And so the idea behind this process is to create just that. We want to put steps in place that inform a customer, educate the customer, right? We're going to go through product knowledge. We're going to talk about different things that we want the customer to make a, informed, educated decision. The idea is that, at the end of the day, when we give them all the information, we lay it out for them, we're no longer selling, right? We're not like pushing somebody to buy something. We're educating them on what's available, the resources they have, right? And how to fit it comfortably into their monthly budget. Can't speak all of a sudden. But the idea is, again, that we're not trying to find, pressure or tactics or things like that. We're not trying to give you word scripts that's going to trick a customer. It's not what we're after. What we're trying to do is give you all the information, right, so that you have the dynamics in place that make you effective when you're presenting a product. It feels like back in the day, like when I first started as an agent, like even when I was in the dealership, it used to be there was all these word tracks of if the customer said this, then you do this, right? And it seemed kind of like old school, I guess is the right way to say it, but very abrasive, very combative when it comes to talking to a customer. And everything that I've done when it comes to building this agency is completely the opposite of that. And that is, I'd rather you be transparent, I'd rather you educate a customer, and I'd rather the customer tell you they're not interested in the product based on all the facts, right? Because if that's the case, that's fine. Not every customer is going to buy a product. But a lot of times a customer doesn't buy it because they don't trust you, right? And B, they don't know everything about the product. They don't have all the information to make an informed decision. So again, the dynamics, what we're after, right? The product knowledge, the things that I want you to be, a ninja. I want you to be incredibly, adaptable and, passionate about, right? When you're talking about a product. I want you guys to understand it inside and out. And then I want you to have some steps that you're following, right? As you go through these, sales that you're going through, right? As we finish our sale of the vehicle, we transition into a menu presentation. From there, we transition into a waiver, right? The little things that we're going to inject into what we do, right, are not super hard or super difficult. They're just simply steps that we're going to follow, surrounded by the fact that you understand all the information and you're comfortable with everything that you're presenting to the customer. Anyway, guys, again, the idea behind this, again, is built on creating an environment where we, create confidence. We let the customer make a decision that's informed, right? And the customer has trust. And again, that's the biggest thing that I think a lot of people overlook, right? But if you don't have those ingredients, you're never going to be successful at doing this.